So I want to do the meditation today from the standpoint of when we get alarmed by what's happening in our lives or in life or even to others around us. So I just want to invite you, if you're not in that place, find a recent instance of that not okay feeling, that things are not okay. And we'll just practice this for next time it comes around, because in human lives, this can come around. So we begin with the body to get out of the analysis of what's going on and the recitation of what's going on, and we just drop in. Without a story, we find our embodied self. We relax into the body so that we can take stock. Connect to the breath, because that's the first calmer of the nervous system. When we think we're not okay or things aren't okay, our breath changes, it gets shallow. So we pause, feeling into the breath, allowing it to find a longer, slower trajectory. And consciously use the exhale to sort of drop down a little bit more, ground a little bit more, find our embodiment a little bit more, and receive the full inhale to calm what feels not okay. Notice that in all of this, there is no reference to what's going wrong to our mind. There's just, okay, in this present moment, I am here in this body, receiving breath, releasing the muscles that have tightened, pushing against life, pushing against what's happening. Releasing the furrowed brow that thinks figuring it out is going to bring the answers. Drop into the body and breathe. And if you like, you can aim for a slightly longer exhale to tell the nervous system, right this second, no alarm. This is a great way to simplify all that's happening. On some level, we can put any story aside, erase it, release it, put it on pause, and be a human being breathed. Those are Byron Katie words. The idea is that you don't even have to reach for the breath, it's breathing you. But when you drop in like this and bring consciousness to the breath, really receive it, let it do its grounding, nervous system soothing thing, then just here you are, another human being. Yeah, there's a story, but right now there's not. Now you can do this for however long you like. When you get to a grounded, breathing place, or better than you were before, then you go to the heart. Let's go there now. And we shift the experience of breathing to the filling and emptying of lungs, and really allowing, not only sensing that physically, which feels great, which drops the shoulders down, which sort of builds on that grounding we've already played with. But we also feel the breath coming into this heart space that has a particular quality, sensitivity, complexity. But we're actually working to simplify all that's going on in a moment like this. So however complex the marvelous heart space is, there's also a pure, simple, oceanic holding and a willingness to hold, a capability to hold whatever's here. So we breathe the heart space and allow that holding. Allow ourselves, our emotional self, to be held by the strong, amazing, capable heart. And we assist that with conscious breathing into the heart space. Relaxing into the heart space and the heart breath. Notice the human tendency, or at least the modern human tendency, to think what's happening in the heart, to analyze, to describe, to keep speaking it. That's fine, but it just keeps you in a particular place. You can stay there as long as you want, but when you want to shift, let yourself just feel and breathe the contents of the heart, knowing, trusting that the heart knows how to process it. And your awareness on it, your kind, compassionate gaze on your own heart, your own conscious receiving of breath here. You're dropping in like this. Supports the work of the heart, gives it space to do its job. Now, from this grounded place, having made a different kind of contact with the heart than just feeling afraid or anxious or sad or overwhelmed, you feel the difference, you feel the shift. From there, we move consciously to the head center, not to jump into problem solving. We'll just do that from the same mind that is already perceiving the problem, from the same descriptions we've already come up with. Now we just breathe at the head center to make some space there. So we receive that wonderful sensation of breath going into the nostrils, registering on the brow with freshness. We allow the face muscles to completely drop down, and that will just remind the shoulders, the belly, everything that follows. We breathe the head center. When thoughts assert themselves, you can just kind of dim the volume, or just let it be okay that they're happening. But don't follow them. It's not time to latch in and respond and hook in. Just imagine if a really crazy person who's just lost all touch with reality is saying a lot of things, you're not going to respond to the content of everything they say. So just do that sometimes with your mind, even though it's not crazy. It sure gets fixated on things and chattery, so just breathe it. Feel the sensation of the breath to give the mind a focus. The breath all the way in. The breath all the way out. Always the exhale can remind you to relax, especially the face muscle. If you need another focus, find another focus. This is what people use mantras for. Abraham Hicks invites a sound. You could find it in a nap. The sound of air conditioning, the sound of the ocean. You can use whatever sounds are in your actual space. Just get the mind focused on what is not thought and looking for, describing and fixing the complex problem, the thing that you think isn't okay. Sometimes while you're doing this, higher mind has room to drop in and just one next thing to do, or some inspired new understanding of what's happening, or some larger perspective that reminds you it all comes out in the wash, or in whatever it is, time. And maybe it's going to come later. Maybe after this, don't go back to the problem. Go to where you know you trust life, or you're okay, or you feel held, a place in nature, connection to a group, a person, an animal, an activity, a creative drop-in. Give the mind room to drop in new inspiration and solution from the non-figuring, non-analyzing place. Now, right now, we're going to close this meditation, this process that you can come back to anytime, by taking one more head inhalation. On the exhalation, drop down through body, through heart to body. And let's just do a little integrative breathing. If you were doing this from a place of total agitation, right now, maybe as you weave the inhale through all three centers and weave the exhale back down, maybe in this moment you don't feel totally calm, but you can gauge a difference. And maybe you can trust that something important happened by making conscious contact with all three centers. From a place of maybe it is okay, or maybe I can make myself feel a little bit better. Maybe all three centers really are working together. Maybe there really is room for more guidance to come in. You can stay with this as long as you want. Thank you for practicing with me today.